That's good. Excuse me. That's good. All right. Wow, the Lions just picked up David Montgomery. Kind of a surprise pickup. Might signal that Jamal Williams is gone. Ooh, my video capture device is all messy. Turn myself back on. Wow. There we go. Oh, there's the notification. See if anyone wants to pop in this afternoon. Well, I guess it's evening now. It's like 9:30. I guess it's not really afternoon really anywhere in the United States. I think even in California, it's like 6:30, right? Almost 7. What's up, Ape? Don't exactly know what the times are for Cali. I think it's 3 hours, 4 hours. I don't think it's 4 hours. What's up, Adam? 8:30 where you're at? Okay, so it is 3 hours at most. I should probably know that, like the time zone skips. I kind of feel like a dipshit not knowing them. I'm just like, it's a varied amount of time. But I guess the most recent, 100% most recent update is the Lions signed David Montgomery, the Bears running back. 3 years, 18 million. Oh, wow, that's a serious signing then. Hold on, my fucking thing froze. What the hell? There we go. Sorry about that. I had to repop this open. It's 5:30 in Cali. Oh, they're 4 hours behind? Oh, that's right. Falcons got Taylor Heineke. Yeah, there's been a lot of crazy deals. I found a really good way to go over everything. It's on NFL.com. It's just the free agency notable additions. So, like, basically, we could just go over pretty much anything. Yeah, I don't know. It's been a pretty crazy free agency period, I would have to say, kind of overall. And one of the things that's notable is, like, we still don't really know where Darius Slay's going to wind up. He's on the trade block, where Aaron Rodgers is officially going to wind up, though it's fairly evident he's going to be a Jet. We don't really know where Odell Beckham's going. We don't really know where DeAndre Hopkins is going. And, like, there's so many, like, big name players that are still kind of questionable. But again, there's also a lot of, like, the bigger name free agents are kind of locked up as well. What's up, Jacob? So we're kind of in this cool period right now. You think they're going to draft Max Duggan? Why is that? Yep, Bears. Yep. David Montgomery, 3 years, 18 million, 6 per year. Pretty solid signing. That kind of does signal that the Lions are probably not re-signing Jamal Williams at that point. No, the Panthers are deciding between Stroud and Richardson, like we said they were going to. They really like Richardson, and they really like they both, like, I think it's like they see him as equal, Richardson and Stroud, and now they have to make the decision on which one they want to draft. Yep, and it's kind of like we said in the our mock draft we did the other day. We were like, we don't really know. I've heard smoke about Jamal Williams to the Bengals. That makes sense because didn't they just lose Perrine? Like, Perrine just signed with the Broncos, correct? Or Perrine, or however the fuck you Perrine or whatever. If that's the same Perrine, but I don't think there's two guys in the NFL with the same. Yeah, okay. So that would make sense because Mixon, I think they like to mix Mixon around, so no one gets, like, overused, overworked. There's some good logic behind it all. I think the Bills are also going to be really heavily interested in, like, Jamal Williams. There's probably a lot of, like, good playoff teams that are probably very interested in a guy who's very good on short yardage situations, especially inside the red zone. That's a pretty valuable trait to have. Then again, most teams also don't have the offensive line the Lions have, so you kind of got to take that with a grain of salt. Was Jamal Williams' season a product of, Jamal Williams just having a breakout season? Just because of his own skill and acumen, or is it like a result of that offensive line is really fucking good he was running in front of? Yeah. It's always like that fun thing you got to play with a team like the Lions, can he run it because he's like a beast, or is it I believe he also went for just under 1,000 yards or over 1,000 yards. So it's not like he was like a one-trick short yard pony. I don't remember the exact total, but it was pretty close. If he didn't exactly hit 1,000, but I don't know. He's gonna make some team like the some team very, very happy. Let's see. It's kind of slowed down. One of the early winners was probably the Bears, right? Let's go take a quick peek and kind of just where the hell are they? Hold on, let me just click on it. It's so much easier just to bow. Look at this. Look at what the Bears have been up to. Sheesh. How much? Wonder how much. Yeah, I wonder, and I also wonder where he's going to go. It sounds like the Eagles are moving on from Miles Sanders, so he's also available, and I wonder where he winds up going. Yeah, the Panthers sort of balled out entirely on their picks. They picked up DJ Moore, Nate Davis, DeMarcus Walker, Tremaine Edmonds, TJ Edwards, Patrick Scales. That's a long snapper in extension, so probably shouldn't have read that one. About this free agency period, because the pool isn't as talented as most years. Nothing insane outside of a couple guys. Yeah, there was only a few big name free. What's up, Kenny? There was only a few big name free agents in this class. Next year is huge. So you're only going to see a few big shocking signings. I think if you have a really good football IQ, I think this is a very good, like, fun free agency, because your team, if you were like really in on the people, Jawan Taylor is an example of a really great pickup. TJ Edwards, Tremaine Edmonds, Bobby Okereke. Like, there are a lot of really good players that are very under the radar for whatever, like, Edwards kind of was hidden in that Eagles defense. A similar situation happened with Bobby Okereke, the guy the Giants signed. The situation with him was he was the backup to Darius Leonard. So you could see why he went under the radar in this free agency period, right? Like, but he's also incredibly good. Like, he's like real. Like, I was bummed out my team didn't sign him, and I was like, oh, fucking course the Giants got him. Like, that's the kind of reaction I had. Like, I was barely like, and then Tremaine Edmonds going to the Bills, but he signed like a $14 million contract, and everybody else isn't getting that much money. So he was kind of an overpay, but to get a guy like Edmonds at 24 years old, yeah, it's going to be expensive. Giants have probably the best trade so far. They picked up Darren Waller. Yeah, Edmonds got paid. Some really nice underrated talent, but not a ton of. Yeah, it's not like it's nothing that would, like, it's not flashy names, but if you have a pretty good football acumen, this is a really fun free agency. These are really good players moving around. Like, again, the Giants, for example, they had a really good run here. Where are they at? The Giants, they brought in what the fuck? They got Darren Waller, and they also got Bobby Okereke, who I just mentioned. I think those are two really solid pickups. Again, obviously Darren Waller. If you didn't know, Darren Waller was traded over to the Giants this afternoon for a third-round pick. The pick that they traded away to the Chiefs. Hey, Adam, you're gonna like this. You guys know how you traded a third-round pick over to the. What's up, Daniel? How's it going, man? You traded that pick over to the Giants for Kadarius Toney. Well, they traded that pick over to the Raiders and now have Darren Waller. So essentially, that pick also got Darren Waller out of your division, and it helped you win a Super Bowl. So, like, this is the pick and it gave you a very talented young receiver. But the Giants also pick up a bunch of W's in the trade. This is turning out to be one of the most mutually beneficial trades, other than the fact the Giants used the first-round pick to get the guy. But again, if Darren Waller has a good couple seasons and helps Daniel Jones take that next few steps, hey, that's a really fucking good pickup. And by trading that guy to the Chiefs, it also prevented the Eagles from taking home a Super Bowl, because if we all remember, Kadarius Toney had some very big plays in that Super Bowl, and you could even argue without him they don't win. I mean, that's kind of a reach, and you may think so, but like, he was very important in that Super Bowl, in my opinion. He had, a touchdown, a bunch of extra yards, put you guys like in really good positions, was a very big pop explosive player. I don't know. He was very true. Very, yeah. So it's just cool to see how all of that played out and how beneficial that was between both the teams. Yeah. I mean, it sucks he lost a first round pick and a very talented young player, but like, It is what it is. I mean, it ended up helping. Yeah, the kick returns, the energy he brings, the fact that he was healthy and available to go. I don't know who's won free agency so far. Would we have to say the Bears? Because they clearly, I think they're also about to sign Orlando Brown in Chicago. And if they pull that off, they're probably the winners. In terms of like total, well, actually, we have to kind of wait because the Jets, the Jets have made just about every move. The Dolphins too. We have to kind of keep them in mind. We have a lot to talk about. Jesus Christ. Yeah, we'll do the Jets. The Patriots are winning the division next year, but we don't have to talk about that yet. Yeah, the Jets brought in Alan Lazard today, and that's probably one of the first things that's going to happen to see the Aaron Rodgers move start to come in. By the way, am I the only person who didn't know this, or maybe you guys didn't know this as well? Let me know. You know the Jets star defensive tackle Quinnen Williams, the very young, like big ass dude who's like one of the focal points of their defense. Yeah, Kenny, you probably Packers fans are going to want to plug their ears because Aaron Rodgers is basically like, give us all these players. We need Mercedes Lewis, Randall Cobb, fucking Alan Lazard, and Odell Beckham, and then I'll sign with the Jets. But apparently, the guy you see here, Quincy Williams, is the older brother of Quinnen Williams. Am I like the only person who didn't know this? And why the hell does not the media talk about that? Like, that should be a bigger deal, right? This is one of the top 3 defenses literally in all of football. And Quincy and Quinnen Williams are like 2 of the focal points of that fucking defense. If they did not have those 2, that defense isn't anywhere near as good as it is. Like, and that's not even being facetious. It's like, why the fuck isn't this talked about more? Of all the things you could, like, that's a really cool thing. You got to think about it. This is a very good young defense led by 2 young brothers. Am I the only one who's like, wait, why isn't that a big, like, because, like, could you imagine if the Watts or the Bosas or, like, they even made a big deal about the McCourty twins playing in the same defense. Yeah, it's just something nobody knows. And we played the Jets a lot. I played this duo a lot. And I just learned that this offseason. It's like the media was just kind of covering that up. They're like, we don't want anyone to know this quite yet. Maybe they didn't know. Maybe they just never, Quincy and Quinnen never said anything one day, and they're just like, we're brothers. And then you look, because when you look at them, it's very obvious. It's like, oh shit, they are brothers. It's just like, I just thought that was a crazy thing. I'm like, wow, that's pretty cool. So that means Quinnen is not leaving the Jets. So if you have any dreams of him being a free agent, that'll never happen. But I just feel like that's a lot cooler than people are acknowledging it is. The Dolphins have had a busy offseason. They got Jalen Ramsey, picked up Mike White, their first real quarterback in a long time. The Bills are also up to something very sneaky. They've cleared a lot of cap space, and they haven't done anything. They got Diggs to clear cap space. They got Allen to clear cap space. Von Miller cleared a bunch of cap space. They cleared like $37 million. So they're clearly up to something. I'm not really certain as to what Buffalo's doing, but they're clearing a ton of cap space. So watch out for them to make some kind of reckless-ass trade here in the next couple days. Because that's typically how Bean operates. He, like Bill Belichick and a lot of Andy Reid, typically, even though Reid's been kind of active early on, they kind of play it slowly, and they don't really buy into the hype of all like the big names. They kind of like wave it out. And other than getting McGovern, but that wasn't, I don't know how big the market on Connor McGovern was. You know what I mean? It's like, yeah, it seems like a big deal. And then they just re-signed their other guys. So, it's something to watch out for. Buffalo to make a pretty sizable move. Let's see what else we got. There have been some other pretty big moves. Oh, yeah, look at this. Look at what all the Texans been busy. They're getting everybody. I don't know what's going on in Houston, but yeah, Buffalo's 100% planning something, Mike, Adam, and I'd be very scared if I was you because they're like your direct competition. They're up to something. They might go on they might trade for Darius Slay and try to get Odell or Dhop. It's something they might try to do. Maybe a shock trade for like a Keenan Allen type player. Look at all these moves. The Texans are going to try to be good next year, it looks like, folks. They're bringing in Case Keenum, Noah Brown, Robert Woods. I don't know who Andrew Black is, or Beck. They traded for Shaq Mason. They're bringing in Chase Winovich, Hassan Ridgeway, MJ, it's a re-sign, and Jimmy Ward from the 49ers. Jimmy Ward's really good. They have a really good secondary now with building up there in Houston. Oh, they did? Let me go take a peek. I should probably have Twitter open. Skip for now. I don't care about any of that. Where is somebody that does signing stuff? Oh, here we go. Let me see. The Chiefs are signing Charles Omenihu to a 2-year deal worth a max value of $20 million. No, that's not bad. So, sounds like you guys just picked up a defensive lineman, so a DT. Not bad. Again, a lot of these pickups and a lot of the moves aren't going to be like earth-shaking. A lot of the trades are really what's going to be like the big movers of the free agency. Like you have Darren Waller getting traded. That's like, again, a pretty big move. I would imagine Shaq Mason, I mean, like he's a little bit past his prime, but that's still a pretty big player to be moved. And then you have the potential trade of Aaron Rodgers going down, the potential trade of DeAndre Hopkins. Those are earth shake. That's like league shaking stuff. Jalen Ramsey was traded. Like, so it's not exactly like it's the signing market that's a little lackluster, but it seems like if you have the right kind of moves or the right kind of capital, you can go get a good player. DJ Moore just was traded this offseason. Stephon Gilmore was traded today to the Cowboys. So it's like the more you think about it, it's like, yeah, I know the signings may be kind of, what's the word I'm looking for here? Blasé, not the greatest, nothing that'll make you go, whoa. There's certainly great like effect to it all. Let's see. What else? Broncos have been pretty busy. Like we said, they bring in Samaje Perine. They signed Jared Stidham, Chris Manhertz, Ben Powers, Mike McGlinchey. That's a really good signing, by the way. That offensive tackle might be one of the best ones outside of like Jawan Taylor. Lackluster, yeah, just kind of, yeah, lackluster is probably the best word for it. I don't even know if it's lackluster, because again, the signings are fun and I'm enjoying it, but it's, you know what I mean? Not exactly like, whoa. Oh, wow, I didn't know Josh Jacobs got the non-exclusive franchise tag. That means he can start negotiating tomorrow. So that means we could actually see Josh Jacobs wind up on a new team, Lamar Jackson wind up on a new team, because all those players who weren't allowed to negotiate in the legal tampering period that just ended, or that's going to be ending, they can start negotiating tomorrow. Yeah, Perine, yeah, he's tough to deal with. I wouldn't want him in my division. That's for damn sure. Yeah, they beefed up a little bit. Yeah, but he's going to be expensive. It has to be expensive enough, and I don't know what you'd have to give back to the Raiders in order to sign him. That might be one of them 2 first-round picks type situation. It is with Lamar Jackson, who's in a who also has the non-exclusive franchise tag. So that just means you can start negotiating, and then the Raiders have 5 days to match. Wow, the Packers have been very busy. It's been He re-signed on the Packers have re-signed their kick return, punt return guy, Keshawn Nixon for $6 million. It's like, yeah, I understand why he wants to leave now. It's like, man, this is bullshit. Do something. Like, if the Packers had maybe made a move or two for a receiver, maybe Aaron would just be like, hey, I'm fine with staying. Oh, yeah, the Falcons also signed a whole bunch of good players. So they could actually be, like, somewhat improved. Yeah, Garrick, yeah. The Lions picked up David Montgomery, 3 years, $18 million. Solid signing, I would have to say. Let's see. The Falcons picked up Taylor Heineke, Jonnu Smith from the Patriots, who they got in a trade. Resign. David Onyemata, 3 years, $25 million. Caden Ellis, Jesse Bates, who is probably one of the better safeties available of the draft of the free agency class. So they made some good moves. And then Bradley Pinion, a punter, but it's not a big deal. Saints have been pretty busy too, but nothing crazy. What's up, Jeremy? I'm sure you're in a great mood these days. You're just kind of waiting for the good news to pop out. Ridley? Which Ridley who? I'm sorry, what's his first name? I don't know what it means for anybody because I don't know what's going on with Swift. Isn't Swift also a free agent? Or like really close to one? Calvin Ridley? I have no idea where he went. Yep, 40. Yeah, that's the first of the major moves that Aaron Rodgers wants to bring in. And if you guys can bring in probably just a couple more, he's going to come. I mean, it's like more likely than not. Unless he just randomly decides to just stay in Green Bay, which I kind of doubt. Are you just hoping this doesn't turn into one of them things where the Jets pick up all these great players and it's like, and it just explodes immediately? You guys do got a bad luck with this. It's not the first time I've seen your franchise. Again, I'm not trying to even talk shit or be rude about it. Is there any nerves about this for you? Oh, yeah. Rodgers' wish list was hilarious today. Yeah, did you guys see that little wish list that came out? It was like Odell, Lazard, Mercedes Lewis, and I think wasn't Randall Cobb on there too, just because he always puts Randall Cobb on stuff like that. I think they're pretty good friends. Kind of shocked Bakhtiari wasn't on there. His personal left tackle. Unless it's like he ain't coming in a trade without him. A little nervous. Be crazy if we signed all his puppets, then we don't even. Yeah, that would be pretty annoying. I'd be like, why the fuck did we just? Apparently, you guys wanted to sign Alan Lazard anyway, and it was kind of like, we want him regardless of who our quarterback is. I don't know how much I believe that, but because it's only like they only gave him 11 million. It's not like they were like, oh, we really want this guy for 11 million. I feel like you'd pay him at least 15 if you were like bugging to get him, because you'd have like, they'd have the bargaining chip. Signs back Swift and Dave Montgomery. Yeah, that would be a dangerous backfield. I just don't know what Jamal Williams is up to. There's probably a good bidding war going on for Jamal Williams. Again, he's just under 1,000 yards, just over it. Again, 17 touchdowns, which is insane for a running back in like this era of football. Sorry. Ugh. I get a drink. Cam Akers? I don't think so. I think his career's just about come to a close, right? He wasn't doing very good at the end. Wait, did they sign Poyer too? Did that happen? I know they signed Jalen Ramsey, and I know they're one of the favorites to get Poyer. But they haven't quite signed him yet. Again, they don't really need us. Well, it doesn't really matter. They'd sign him anyway. But I think the issue is at some point they are going to run out of money. And I think everybody everybody has to be under the cap at 4 o'clock tomorrow. Or like just at it, you know what I mean? You can't be negative at the start at like it's like a very weird time in the afternoon. But once that time hits, it's the start of the new calendar year, and technically that's when all the trades process, that's when all the signings go through. So there's still this small window where some of these signings can just go by the wayside and just not mean anything. A player can be like, I don't want to play there anymore. Never mind. And then go sign somewhere else. Because really all that there is a bunch of verbal agreements. None of these are like... that's why it says signing. And nothing's like expected to sign, expected to trade. Yep. Well, I mean, this time of year, you just trade veterans for draft picks. What they got like a compensation fifth. It was a pretty low pick. But again, I think Gilmore is 31, 32, maybe even 33 years old. He's getting kind of up there for a corner. Not saying his play fell off at any point, but like it's getting to that dangerous close point where it wouldn't be super shocking if he started to fall off a little bit, lost a couple steps. Yep, Matty Ryan got cut. Very unfortunate for the Colts. Yep, Montgomery got a nice little contract. Lions are pretty good at signing offensive players. They don't really mess up on that. Yeah, Bears are going ridiculous. Let's see. Trying to see if there's any good news. It's all just basic, the Montgomery stuff, and still just kind of there's all just shifting through all that. Perfect. Cool. My man, I'm seeing like Hargrave kind of contracts and wondering how much we will pay Quinnen. Yeah. Yeah, Hargrave got 4 years, 84. Yeah, Jeremy, and you also just paid Quincy Williams like quite the bag too. I was just talking about that, his older brother. What he just give? 3 years, 18 million. So that's actually not that bad. That's not that bad. Yeah, you guys are going to have to pay Quinnen quite a bit of money. He's probably going to reset the market for defensive tackles. And that's why I say the Jets are in a Super Bowl window. If they get Rodgers, they are in a window. If they don't win it within 2 or 3 years, it's going to... I don't know how you keep that team together. You better pray the salary cap goes up like $100 million in 2 years. Because again, when Sauce's contract comes due, he's going to want to be paid heading into year 4. That's going to be a thing. And it's going to be fucking expensive. That guy's going to cost some money. Yeah, you guys, yeah. I mean, if you don't win this year, it's kind of like it's going to be tough because you're going to have to you're kind of in Denver Broncos territory right now. Like they pick up Peyton Manning, they have this really good young super team. They go and pick up a veteran. You might get 2 years out of this, but then it's like afterward, what are you going to do? You gonna swing at the pitch and miss wildly? I don't know. It'll be fun to watch. Maybe you just sell off all your picks and get a bunch of first rounders again, like you did, like you normally do. But this time you got a Super Bowl, so it's like Again, I don't think any Jets fan on planet Earth would give a shit if all they got was one. Because then they could look at Buffalo and be like, you fucking losers. Why don't you got one yet? We won like the second one, and we never won again, and now we have this one. Yeah, I was going to say, I don't think they'd care. It'd be like if the Lions only win one ever. They'd be like, we got one. I keep forgetting, like, most fans don't have to have 7 to fill this weird void where it's like, I'd like another Super Bowl, though. You know how cool that'd be as a Patriots fan to be like, we got 7. Really, they are in a roulette window, and it kind of only lasts as long as Rodgers is there, which is, yep. Yeah, it's a roulette. It's what the Broncos did. But again, they won a Super Bowl out of it, so I don't think any Broncos fan will give a fuck about what Peyton Manning didn't do. Or how long it lasted, or how, like, again, they won a Super Bowl. Nothing to be stressed about. It would be shocking if he wasn't a Jet. I would literally laugh so hard because the Jets would be so fucked. But again, the odds of that happening are like 0. Like, of him not being a Jet, it feels like 0. It's either that or he just retires. I think we're finding out tomorrow at 1 o'clock on the Pat McAfee show. Yeah, it'd be kind of wrong if he wasn't a Jet. It feels like it'd be kind of fucked up with this guy. Yeah, Darnold's a Niner now. Best quarterback in San Fran. If anybody can fix him, it's literally fucking Kyle Shanahan. He's his last hope. If not, Sam Darnold should just retire. I've always been rooting for the Darnster, but, you know, maybe this will be his comeback. I think Purdy's going to be out for a little while is what that tells you, and I think they're going to trade Trey Lance. Just kind of pay attention to that kind of like move happening. And Lance won't be traded soon. It'll be mid-CO. It'll be kind of like a seasonal trade. Yeah, we destroyed Sam Darnold. It was kind of fucked up what we did to that guy, the Patriots. We Steelers made some great moves. Yeah, you guys, let me go see what you guys are up to. Let's go see what the Steelers have done. Where are you guys at? What all did you do today? You hate the NFL? That Charles Omenyahu to the Chiefs is underrated. He was top 5 in pressures as a rotational piece, and he's only I thought it was a really good signing. Someone in my Discord put the rich get richer with him because he's gonna play alongside Chris Jones and only get better. Very good pickup. Yeah, we destroyed Sam Darnold. I don't even know what that was about. That shit felt super personal. Byron Murphy to the Vikings. Oh, it's pretty solid. Chuck Clark. You know, I'll be honest, I have no idea. My usual argument with this is the Chiefs or the Ravens usually don't let great defensive players leave. But then again, the Patriots picked up Matt Judon, and he's been one of our best players in a really long time that we picked up. So I don't know how true it is about that with the defense anymore. Because usually in the past, I would have always kind of been like, I wouldn't want to pick up a Ravens defender. Because usually they don't like let them leave. You know what I mean? Because it's like they tend to know what's good on defense because of like Ozzie Newsome's. The current GM was hand trained by Ozzie Newsome, who was like kind of mentored by Bill Belichick. So they all have a really good idea of like what defense is. But also, you want to know a good piece of humor? The same team, the Patriots, who can't draft receivers, the Ravens can't either, and they're all kind of from the same school of thought from Bill Belichick. It's just like, oh yeah, they all can't draft receivers. How hilarious is that? Yeah, the Chiefs are also very heavily rumored. So are the Dolphins in on Poyer. It should be interesting for him. I don't know much about. I think he's good. Fifth round pick for Gilmore. Pat should go for OBJ or Dhop. Mac can't win without. Yeah, I agree, Mike. Mela. How do I say that without messing that up? Is it Mela? But yeah, I 100% agree. It has to be either Dhop or Odell or both. We have the money for it. Or and then like a good secondary receiver like a Cortland Sutton. That'd be almost perfect. I'm going to be pissed if Hopkins gets traded when I'm in Mexico. No, he's going to be traded in the next probably tomorrow or something like that. I would imagine. Yeah, Bengals lost both their safeties in Von Bell, and they also lost I don't remember where Von went to. Could have been Houston. No, he didn't go to Houston. But but they also lost Jesse Bates to the Falcons. Malia? Oh, okay. So okay. It's okay. Okay. My eyes just see shit weird. Malia? Okay. Malia. Who doesn't want to play for Dan? Probably nobody. Everybody should want to play for that guy. He rules. Sean Murphy Bunting still on the market is crazy. He's still on the market? You know what's cool? I went to college at the same time as Sean Murphy Bunting at Central. And I was an undergraduate. Like, I was in college with a bunch of weird, decent players like Sean Murphy Bunting. And then, like, I also was like a freshman when Eric Fisher was at the school. It's kind of cool. Yeah, I really want the Patriots to go get him. Mike McGlinchey, yeah, that's a really good pickup. For the Broncos, they fixed their lineup really quickly in Denver. A lot of guys want to play joining Chiefs offense and defense. Yeah, the Chiefs. Well, the Chiefs are the new kind of Patriots situation where it's like that's the team to go play for to win a championship real quick. Yeah, that's a shocking. I wonder if nobody knows he's out there. I wonder if teams are just like, oh, he is? We didn't know that. Yeah, there's a very easy way to look it up. Let's see who's left. Gotta pause that real quick. Let's see, best availables. We can go through the list. Tomorrow will be insane in free agency. The flip more. Yep, because tomorrow's the actual open of the actual like off season. I don't think I've heard the free agency shows talk about him either. Yeah, I didn't know that. Okay, so here's the guys who are the best available. There's a lot of ways we can do this. I'm kind of going through and looking. Mike Gesicki's available. Byron Murphy was signed already, so he's off this. I'm just kind of going through and nobody wants that fucking Isaiah Wynn. Not really surprising. Connor McGovern was just signed, I'm pretty sure. Oh, no, not the wrong one. Why is he not? Is he not even on the top 100? Damn. Man, he's really underrated or something. Yeah, he's not even. Yeah, he's not even on this list. He's not even considered a top 100. What the fuck? Sean Murphy. What's up with this guy? Yeah, it's just there's just really just a slow market for him for whatever reason. But yeah, so the top two available are Orlando Brown and CJ GJ. Tyler Conklin. Yeah, I also went to Tyler Conklin, I think around the exact same time as well. I'm a Chargers fan. Oh, for sure. But I got a bad feeling the Chiefs are gonna sign someone good. Yeah, but they might be running out of money in Kansas City as well. Damn, I tried scrolling your screen. What do you mean tried scrolling it? Huh? Joe Staley. Yep. There's a lot of decent Central Michigan alumni. A lot more than it used to be. Well, you saw that dipshit tweeted about a team that needs to come, was it at least 5 to 10 million? Yeah, win. Yeah. To even talk to him, you have to have a bunch of money in your pocket. Yep, 3 years, 18 million for Montgomery. Good signing for them. Kind of indicates that the Lions may be out on Jamal Williams, though. No, the thing. So the problem with Orlando Brown is He's not a good left tackle, right? Like the majority of the league sees this guy as like a dominant right tackle in the NFL because he's not like as he's a very large man, but not super fast and athletic. Like you kind of need your left tackles to be in the modern era. Like you can't really have just like a big wall guy anymore. You need like Penei Sewells. You kind of need Rashawn Slaters. You need guys who can get it a little bit, right? Again, Brown is literally one of the best right tackles in football and one of the better right tackles or left tackles. But he is a probable Hall of Famer as a right tackle. Like it's like that big of a thing. And the league is trying to explain this to him, and I don't think he has a problem playing right tackle. Here's the number one problem for Mr. Brown. He wants to get paid like a left tackle. Yeah, he's really not bad. You don't think he's that good, but again, he's a better right tackle, and he wants to get paid like a left tackle. So it might take he went to the Vikings. Oh, that's a good signing for them. The Lions, yeah, the Lions have a lot of money right now. Surprise, like somehow, I don't even know how the fuck they have a lot of money. It's kind of baffling. It's like how are you paying Jared Goff like fucking all that money and you still have money? Oh yeah, everybody else is rookies. Never mind. And then you think about it, and you're like, never mind. The Lions don't have anybody on actual contracts other than like 3 linemen and Jared Goff. No, it doesn't, does it? Well, you got to remember the entire Lions team is like fucking late round draft picks and shit, and literally like 3 offensive linemen are on real deals. And they're all on like the biggest deals that they could be on too, by the way. It's fucking crazy how they do this. And Jared Goff, I think they legitimately have 4 actual contracts. Like everyone else is fucking on the rookie deals. They just got everybody. Gotta remember, they've been drafting like everyone for I think Amon-Ra's only entering his 3rd year this year. Kirby Joseph's going to be a 2nd-year player. The Chiefs can just push Mahomes' money down the line. That 10-year, $500 million contract was a fucking smoke show. They just give Mahomes signing bonus money, pay him like $2 million, and then we'll kick the can down the road, restructure the contract, and deal with it later. Again, I've often said it's a beautiful contract that the Chiefs signed, and I think it's one of the smartest things you could do with a player like Mahomes, which is why I hope the Bengals just do the same thing. Literally just mirror it. 10 years, $503 million. Because then you can just play with it for forever. Like you don't have to like worry about that contract. Like so long as you don't think Burrow or Mahomes will ever want to leave the team that they're on, then you don't really have to worry about it. No, I don't know. Chargers are kind of retarded, but so are the Bengals. Yeah, but on a 10-year deal, you're never really screwed because you could just kick it back and then restructure it at like year 5 or year 6 when you're allowed to. Like there's like auto restructured dates and shit. And then you just never have to worry about it. Sign another 10-year deal and kick it down the road. Again, as long as he never leaves Kansas City, you could do this for infinity. Until they patch it out or make it so you're not allowed to do what the Chiefs are doing. Or they just fucking get rid of salary cap in 2025. Like, because now that teams know how to completely manipulate salary cap, what's the point of it? It's basically now it's just if your owner's super cash rich, you can dominate the NFL. And that's the fucking horse shit. Literally, if you can just afford to hog over bonuses and just give them guaranteed $30 million right up front, you're good. You can just run your team like that, and that's what a lot of teams, really rich teams, can just do that. And that seems unfair, doesn't it? Like the Rams, they're owned by a Walmart heir. So are the Broncos. Like, how can anybody really actually compete with these people? Yeah, look at the Packers. How the fuck are they like? So that this little manipulation of cap is actually far less fair than what just eliminating the salary cap could be. Because a lot of teams just need like an extra 30 million to be competitive, like to be a top tier team. Like give like a team like Fucking, I don't know, like the Giants, $30 million more dollars. Because they're pretty much tapped out. They can't spend anymore. And they need like 1 or 2 more receivers. Now they have to get the draft perfect. Like, that sucks, dude. Like, that seems so like anti-competitive and like favoring the rich. And it's like, well, see, the Giants have money, so they could just fuck around and move stuff. But like, the Packers, for example, like, how do they compete? They don't have an owner. They got like a board of directors, and like, how do they? I don't even know how that operates. But if we had something like salary cap removal, then they could spend more money, and all teams would do it. It's just stupid. Again, there'd be a couple asshole teams that get really ridiculous with it, but yeah, they just add in more owners. Just add more. What's up, Dragons? Bears pretty excited. Yeah, Bears are out here really stacking their team up. You guys have been one of the busier teams, but you guys also had a lot of moves. Yeah. You had a lot of moves to make. Added a couple really good linebackers. You added a good receiver, a couple good linemen. I think you guys are about to sign Orlando Brown, or like you're like the rumored favorites to get him. So that'd be huge. That'd be a big move. Yeah, they just paid Brady a bunch of bonus money every year. Give him $20 million. Nobody ever knew what we were doing. Yeah, we gave, you guys think we never paid Brady? We paid him a lot of money. We just gave him salary or bonuses. Here's $20 million. We'll pay you $20 million this year. I think teams found out that's how you do that. I think we created that, right, Mike? It was a Patriots invention. Just, salary bonus. And then we paid for it last year. Holy shit. Or what was it, 2 years ago we paid for it? Or last year? When everybody's contract caught up. By the way, it does catch up. We were doing this with Donta Hightower's contract. Yeah, just everyone who retired, basically. We got fucked. Us kicking it, and we had to do that with Brady's contract. Oh, boy. Yeah, we got fucking dookie smacked. That's why we had like $1 million to spend one offseason. We could be. We have a very smart front office. Probably one of the more underrated things about the Patriots that no one ever talks about is how we seed the NFL with our front office personnel. There's probably like 7-8 teams that are just basically full of a bunch of goddamn Patriots front office staffers. What's up, Nathan? Yeah, we did a great job. Shut the fuck up. You know how much all those contracts cost us now? Nothing. Very good contracts. They were all very front heavy. We're pretty much good next year on all of them. We could just cut them for nothing. Jimmy G has a very bad injury problem. That's why he got paid less money, Malia. That's why I view it. Jimmy is just, he can't stay healthy. If Jimmy could have stayed healthy, the 49ers never get rid of him. Yeah, the Patriots, yeah, we basically, we've built front office after front office after front office. Broncos? Oh yeah, they're not done. Not with Sean Payton as the head coach and all the money he can spend. You guys, if you're a Broncos fan, get used to your team being like 60 million over the cap. Well, have a good night, Adam. Thanks for tuning in, man. Have a good one. But yeah, the Broncos will quickly be one of these crazy ass. You know how the Saints are always wildly over the cap. That's what the Broncos are going to be. Sean Payton doesn't play cap. Yeah, Denver still needs a tight end. I'm wondering somebody who's going to go get Herb Smith Jr. Raiders offense looks like top 5 on paper, mainly just because Jimmy is a winner. Yep. We'll see what Jimmy can do. It's always a little nerve-wracking with him. Odell's still available. Wagner's available. Levante David, Jordan Poyer, Dalton Schultz, Juju, Gesicki. He's not anymore. Yannick Ngakoue, DJ Chark, Poona Ford. There's quite a few people. Boom, just leave it on like that. Waller for a third. Yeah, that was a pretty good pickup. I'm surprised that's all it took to get him. That's probably where Gesicki to Denver. Yeah. He doesn't really, if he blocked better, I'd say New England might pick him up, but he doesn't really block that well. Dalton Schultz, though, is interesting. Wouldn't mind picking up Dalton Schultz. Larry Ogunjobi. Yeah, they picked up Ogunjobi. I was going to say, I thought they already had that guy. Yeah, Schultz is only 27. So there should be quite the market on him. What's Gesicki? 20. Oh, Gesicki's also 27. Oh, they're even calling him a rocked up receiver. See, the problem with Gesicki is he's not a blocker, and they literally call him a receiver on here, like a large slot receiver. Basically just a huge slot guy. But Schultz was franchise tag last year, probably wants the same money per year. Yeah, he's probably going to be a little pricey, but I mean, he's one of the better available tight ends. Might be the best left, depending on how you see Irv Smith. Get Mercedes Lewis. Yeah, I know, but Aaron does. And what Aaron wants, Aaron gets. And Kizzy safety, yeah. I see the Steelers being really active in drafting. I think the Steelers are more interested in rebuilding and less interested in like building through trades. But the Lions? Yeah, they should make some moves. I wouldn't go Bobby Wagner. He's a little old though. I don't know if Wagner's like the move for the Lions, who aren't really like in the Super Bowl hunt. Yeah, I see Rodgers on the Jets. It seems like the most likely team. Yeah, Alex, he wants him to be the Green Bay. He wants him to be the Green Bay Jets or the Green Bay Jets or the New York Packers. There are many tight ends in this upcoming draft. That's why Schultz. Oh, that's true. Yeah, actually, it's a very tight end heavy draft too. That's a big problem for tight end free agents. That's true. Yeah, Schultz wouldn't. Gesicki or Schultz. Yeah, Gesicki wouldn't be really bad at all. No, I think Adams is happy being a Raider. Yeah, he wants to be like Brett Favre, Alex. You're in rebuild mode, but we're not that far off from being division winners. Maybe. You could, Nathan, but I think you're a couple more years away than that. You got a few more things to rebuild. There was rumors, Jeremy, and I'm not gonna scare anybody. Take these with a grain of salt. But do know that this guy is often correct on a lot of really random things. I'm going to bring this up. Just know that I don't really believe this myself. This just seems like some Patriots fan who's very wishful thinking. So let me introduce you to CJ Golson. Now, Golson gets a lot of things correct. For example, he's got a long running list of threads where he got the Jonnu Smith story before anybody else by about 40 minutes or so. He got the Cam Newton to the Patriots. No, back to the Panthers by almost several hours. And then he's also got Aaron Judge. So he has weird sources, and I'm not really certain what it is. He does have several pieces of other things you can look into, but these are his biggest ones. Like down to like being within a couple $1 million. So take that as you will. Again, I don't even believe this, so I don't think you should either. He does seem to have sources within the Patriots. The Patriots are willing to do anything it takes to land Aaron Rodgers and prevent him from going to the Jets, including paying up for Odell Beckham. I'm told Kraft and Belichick are in a 2 to 3 year window. They want to win another Super Bowl. Then there's this. Per source, I'm told. Let's go with the first one. The New England Patriots ownership and front office is currently in Colorado, meeting with Aaron Rodgers in person tonight at the Boardmore Hotel. Patriots team arrived in Colorado Springs early this afternoon. Per source, I'm told the meeting went very well between the Patriots and Aaron Rodgers. If that actually even happened, I don't think so. And the ball went very well and things. So it's basically he's deciding tomorrow between these two, which sounds really fake. And really very fan stuff. Like I really hope this happens. But why is he just a hilarious side story? Could you imagine if these assholes really pulled that off? I don't think there'd be anyone more hated than Bill Belichick if he just slid in there, grabbed this dude from the. Yeah, I think it's gonna be the Jets. If Orlando Brown doesn't sign with the Chiefs, who is the best left tackle in the draft? Fuck. Who was it, guys? Who was the best tackle in the draft? Somebody else in the chat might know. Lazard going to the Jets. Yeah, that's what I think too, Alex. That's where I'm at too. Lions, yeah, Lions should make more moves. Lamar leaves, it really opens up the division for everyone. Yeah, it would. So funny that Rodgers is going to end his career with the Jets. Yeah. Well, the Jets, Rodgers actually ended in Minnesota, which is hilarious. Or Favre did. You guys might get Brady, but it doesn't seem like that. Sorry, I'm just trying to catch up. You want breaking news stepping at 12? It'll be at 1 o'clock tomorrow afternoon. We'll find out about Aaron Rodgers. I was going to say the Pat McAfee show. I think that's where he's going to announce it. He said he was going to wait till the 15th, and that's as late as it was going to come out. So, Paris Johnson. There we go. Thank you. Thank you, Cheeto. There are some different options. Dwan Jones. Yeah, there's some good options in the draft. I think Paris Johnson's regarded as the best one. That's the one I remember hearing. Paris Johnson Jr. out of Ohio State. You know what's funny? The Jets and the Giants play each other this year. Right? No. Right? Are we playing the NFC East again? Yeah, we do play you bitch ass motherfuckers this year, don't we? Oh, we're sweeping the East. It's a revenge year. You guys always beat us in the Super Bowls. Oh, yeah. 4-0, baby. Easy clap. Can't wait to play the AFC. He's going to fucking dog walk the Cowboys. Put up a little cutie necklace around the Commanders. I don't know about the Eagles. They might be hard. They might fuck us up. The Eagles might actually blister us. Yeah, I'm not too confident about beating the Eagles. We don't do well with scramblers. All these reactions were pumping our chest too. Just imagine what old ass Rodgers says. You know, I'm gonna be. Oh, dude, I don't. Yeah, so annoyed. Dude, if Rodgers says one more year with Green Bay, that would be hilarious. Yeah, Nathan. Was 2020 the year you guys started 11-0? Cowboys made a good move. They got Gilmore. Kind of hard to complain. Let's see what the Cowboys do. Let's go back to the real shit. The good shit. Don't do an ad, you piece of shit. Ah, you fucking bastard. See what the Cowboys did real quick. East. I always forget they're in the East, and that makes no sense. They re-signed a bunch of guys and picked up Gilmore. Okay. It's not like terrible, right? It's, you know. Sorry, I'm just paying attention to this so I can close this when it pops. There we go. Go away. Cowboys 1 and done. Yeah, if they make the playoffs. Nathan from weeks 13. Yeah, we seen him, but when the season ended, we didn't see him. After his team lost to, I believe, the Browns in the playoffs, right, Nathan? No, I don't think you left it when your team failed in the playoff. I think it was when you guys lost to the Browns, right? You just disappeared. Nathan just went MIA. Yeah, losing to the Browns in the wild card, he was like, I can't show my face ever again. We didn't see this guy for a calendar year, folks. And one day he just strolled back in like, hey, everybody. We all forget about what happened. First thing we did was look at him and go, what's up, dude? He's probably like, man, I thought they might have forgotten. You can only run for so long. Yeah, you were making some crazy proclamations before that fucking game. Yeah, it would be hard to show my face after that. I agree. I'm trying to rationalize it like, yeah, eventually you'd have to come back. One more than the Jags. Yeah, for screwed your whole season up. Had to get Zach Wilson instead of Trevor Lawrence. Times are good. Times are hilarious. What else we got going on? I'm gonna go take a quick peek over onto Twitter because they usually got other news, but I don't trust leaving Twitter open, especially at nighttime. Not safe to scroll that place. Let's see. Nope, nothing too new yet. It's kind of just things are sitting at a weird standstill. You remember the game where Twitter's the dark web at night? Yeah, it's pretty bad. Plans? Class. At class, got shit to do. Do you remember the game where the Pats won only pass? Yeah, it was pretty sweet. I don't know. There might be more stuff to pop up. We're just, I don't know. It comes a little slower this time of night. You'd have to imagine. Yeah, that's how we do, baby. We also beat the Jets 10-3 on a walk-off punt. We don't fucking, we don't gotta win explosively here. The name of the game isn't who can score the most points. It's who can win the game. Sounds like a retarded statement, but like really actually correct if you think about it. It's like, no, the point is to score the most points. Yeah, technically. Oh, the Panthers had a good thing so far. They signed Shai Tuttle and Von Bell. Yeah, just run the shit out of it. And they couldn't stop it. It's on Buffalo. Some idiots were throwing it like 30 times in that game. Like, what are you doing? It's mainly just Buffalo just didn't run it. They could have did the same thing. It's like, why are you guys throwing it so much? We're getting 800 mile an hour winds. We just were like, nope, it ain't gonna work. Even Josh Allen, who's got like a rocket on his shoulder, the balls were going like sideways when he'd throw it too high. It would just be like, it's like, what's the point of doing that? Just fucking run it. Like you could throw it a little bit when the wind was at your back. That was it. That was like you had like a couple throws you could get. Yeah, like we didn't even fuck around. We just ran it. And then when we got close enough inside of when we had the wind to our back, we just boot field goals in. Miami. I don't know about that. Buffalo hasn't really lost anybody like that would make you go, "Oh no." That was a good game. I don't know. I tend not to too overrate immediate signings. I have to let them sit, but getting Jalen Ramsey makes quite the difference. Would have learned before getting waxed, but Burrow, yeah, you know. Yeah, I still think Miami's or the Bills are a better team for now. Something could change. But I still think the division winds up going through the old Bills, sadly. Well, the Patriots have probably had the best offseason in the division. We've re-signed James Ferentz, All-Pro. Calvin Anderson signed with us, All-Pro. Raekwon McMillan re-signed. He was All-Decade. And we re-signed Jonathan Jones. One of the better corners of the free agency. You want to know why I think Jonathan Jones decided to re-sign with us? I think he's seen what happened to J.C. Jackson and went, I'm not doing that. We beat the hell out of you guys, didn't we? Like, that's not what happened, Rob. Yeah, killed him. Tua? Yeah. I mean, yeah, he should at least be careful. He's going through mixed martial arts training to learn how to fall so he doesn't smack his head off the ground and hurt himself. Yeah. Or he sent a text to J.C. Jackson and went, what's it like not on the Patriots? He's like, don't leave, bro. Talk to Trent about it. Trent will just be straight up miserable on the Patriots. He don't give a fuck. Yeah, Tua's got to take martial arts so he can learn how to fall and not break his head open. If he can do that, he can probably fight it off. Because again, the way he was getting sacked, he shouldn't have ever got a concussion. Like maybe the one was okay, but the other two that he apparently got, probably not. Especially on the one that actually like made his arms fence. That was such a that was a fucking like hip throw. Those are like the tackles they want you doing. Because again, they look big and dramatic and they look like they're hard hits, but again, it's like you're basically tucking him into the ground. When you do the tackle that gave Tua the concussion, that's not an aggressive tackle. You could take one of those right now from a pro in pads, and you'd be like, oh, that just feels scary. Because again, you're a lot of it's like if you watch it, look how it goes. All the weight's on the player that's doing the tackling. It's basically you're just going, foomp. Well, no, Tua's a dumbass and doesn't know how to fall. He's not a wimp. He's just an idiot who doesn't know how to fall right. No, Malia, there's a way to take that hit. I know how to take that hit and how to take a sack as a quarterback. I think you're supposed to tuck your head in. So your head or stiffen up so your head doesn't fucking I don't remember exactly, but Tua just goes and lets his head fly back. I think you're supposed to put some resistance, you know what I mean? Not just let your head free fall from getting sacked from the ground. There's like control you got to do. I go like this. I don't know what the proper way is. I don't know if mine was, but I'd literally just bring my head in like this when I was getting sacked. Squeeze my eyes as tight as I can because I was going down hard. Yeah, you just or you just kind of pull your head in. Or you do what you're saying. Yeah, you don't want your head to smack. Whatever can be done, don't let your head like whip onto the ground. I also just kind of went down, so like I never got hit really hard. I took the Eli Manning approach where you just kind of crumbled. And then got back up like, damn, you guys got me. I can't believe it. I'm really fast usually. Lamar, 200 million. I just don't know if it's going to be fully guaranteed or not by the end. He will get to 200 million. It's almost asinine to think he won't, but yeah, Jeremy, I don't like watching those. Because one of those hits is why I can't play football and why I had to quit playing football at 15. Fucking blindside ass hits. Ugh. Broke fucking 3 of my vertebrae. Shattered one. Just piece of fucking weird metal in there. Ugh. They're not blackballing him. They're kind of colluding against him because they don't want to do fully guaranteed contracts in the NFL. At least publicly they don't. Some team's going to go offer Lamar. It's either the Falcons or it's going to be the Commanders. One of those two teams is fucking lying to everybody. And my guess is it's the Commanders. They're going to go negotiate with Lamar. I have no idea why they wouldn't. They are like a Lamar Jackson away from being a very good football team. Because, I mean, the line is kind of bad, but it can be kind of offset with players like a Lamar Jackson. And again, they have good receivers. Good running backs. Lions just signed Lions just signed some people. Let me go check. I know they signed David Montgomery. You have a good night. Hello, Charles. Let me see something. I'm just going to see on one of the news sites. Let's see. No, I'm not really seeing much else. Nope, nothing quite yet. Did the Browns getting Watson low-key make the Ravens less not less likely to pay him, but like it could have made it because they may not want to pay him what Lamar wants to be paid. It could wind up making Lamar leave, which would be a genius IQ move. These QBs get priced at money they don't even think about. Just give Lamar the right amount. Yeah. This is the most asinine view that I've ever heard. No way I could pay those unqualified players. Like, yeah, I always think the players should get, you know, the most end of the money, but it's like sometimes you got to be realistic. Sometimes you're not the 40 million. Yeah, like Danny Dimes. Like, what the fuck is that? You're not the 40 million a year guy. Why not be smart and take less money and get it all guaranteed? You know who's been the smartest person ever with their NFL contracts? Kirk Cousins. I'll take a 3-year contract, 80 million, fully guaranteed. All right. Nope. Fucking Kirk Cousins. He's the only one who does it smart. He takes way less money per year just to get it all fully guaranteed. It's the best way to do it, in my opinion. Just sit back and fucking, you know, if you get hurt, you get paid. If you don't, they want to fuck around. Oh, well, you got your, what they bitching about $30 million for? You know what I mean? It's like Kirk has a good contract, and I think more quarterbacks should have taken his way of doing that, and I thought more players would recognize that and just take a little less money and take more guaranteed, because the more guaranteed you get, the more of the contract you're going to get. Because you could sign a $150 million contract and only 80 million is guaranteed, and then they cut you after that 80 million's been paid. They owe you $0. That is a 0 cap hit cut. If I'm right? That's how that operates. Like once the guaranteed money's been paid from one of those contracts, anything that they do after is basically they could cut you for 0 dead cap. which is part of the reason why Daniel Jones's contract isn't really that bad, because after 2 years they can cut Daniel Jones after the 81 after 2 years is paid. They don't owe him any more money. They could cut him for zero cap hit. Yeah, there's some guys who don't deserve the money that they got, like Kyler Murray. But again, I'm fine with guys getting paid. I do believe players should get money, but it's like, oh man, just makes it so much harder. He was the first person to really break the QB contract market back when he first got his contract. Yeah, he got a crazy one, right? Yeah, Carr did not have a good year, but he's getting more paid off his career. Yeah, Wentz and Goff are another good examples of. Well, I don't know. Goff had a good run and got paid off it, and then had a bad. Immediately turned shitty. it was a very quick fall for Jared Goff, and now he's good again. So he just had like a bad 2-year rut there, and I don't know. It was COVID. He didn't respond well to COVID. Some say he was taking way too much ivermectin and got fucked up a little bit, and they had to have they had to get him back on his normal shit. Yeah, like I don't know, like always remember that Tom Brady takes way less money so the team can be good. It's like, why don't more people do that? Isn't that like the best way to do it? I'd be like, hey guys, pay me 10 years, pay me 6 years at. I think we did the math at 230 or 205 million fully guaranteed. I'll get paid like 35 million a year guaranteed, and that doesn't hurt the team, dude. You look like a goddamn hero, and you're still getting 200 million guaranteed fully. Breeze did the same. I think Breeze took a really nice contract as well. But his was workable. Yep, that's why Tom's one of the greatest. What's up, Trey? Yeah, I wouldn't care about needing the next most. I would literally take like something where I could break it down into like 35 a year, but still have a fuckload of guaranteed money at the end. Because again, 35 a year over like 6 or 7 years is still fucking 35. Still like 205 million, right? Yeah. I think it's even less. It might be like 29 million. Like, I'll take that. 6 years, fully guarantee it. Come on, bitch. I'm literally taking fucking 10 million under my market value to do this. Why are you fighting me? And always just remember, that's all you should say. It's like, listen, 38 million is less than Daniel Jones, and I'm an MVP. How hard is this for Lamar to do? I don't understand. Going with 205 guaranteed over 6 years, that's literally 39 million a year. They're retarded if they say no. Why would you say no to 39 a year for Lamar Jackson? Would you? How mad would you be if you found out your team said no to Lamar Jackson for under 40 a year? Just think about it for a second. I'd be pissed. I'd quit rooting for that team. I'd literally be like, I'm done. I can't do this anymore. We could have had like the 5th best quarterback in football, a top 10 quarterback anyway, for under 40 million for 6 years. Dude, I'd literally, that'd break my mind. That's such a team-friendly deal too. It doesn't hurt anybody. No one's. Don't know why Lamar is having problems with this. Now, unless it's like 250s after, then it's like, that's getting pretty big. Yeah, that's how I always viewed it, Alex. Plus, like, it seems like if you take a pay cut, you can, like, get more guaranteed money. Yeah, it seems like in the NFL, that's almost like a cheat code. It's like if you take a little less money, they'll fucking fully guarantee it more. Like, the less closer you are to market value, the more they'll fucking fully guarantee your contract. It's like, that's what I would do. I'd take 10 million less if you just give me all that it's worth. Doesn't that seem a lot smarter? Plus, then you can't be cut. Yeah, Malia, one of the ways I always tell people to think about that one is like, you have to kind of take it as like, imagine you did a job where you're the only reason, you and the other people that work there are literally the only reason that the company you work for has billions of dollars. And there is literally no one else on the planet who can do your work at a way that'll still generate that much money and that much attention and be the most popular thing on the planet, or at least in North America. You know what I mean? Like, they should, arguably, athletes should be getting more than they get. And I know that's a controversial take, but like, who's going to, if all the NFL players stop playing because they want more money, who's going to watch the XFL? Like, seriously, like, and then say it's as good as the NFL product? Nobody. It'll kill the NFL if that happens. And that's why I think the players should get more money. Because again, there is no league without these specific players. It turns into garbage. I mean, you have a year of rookies, I guess. It just, how exciting is the NFL when it's college football seniors? You know what I mean? We know what this looks like. It's garbage. Nobody wants to watch it. Dog, you could put all the best XFL players, like, you know what I mean? You could put the best XFL players with the best college players, and you could play the collection of the lowest rated player on every NFL team, and they'd still beat the fuck out of those teams. It'd be some kind of mercy, like 54-7 before anybody knew what happened. They'd be like, wait a minute, these are all the bad guys. This is fun. Nate Peterman is out here fucking killing everybody. And that's what it would be, dude. If Nate Peterman went to the XFL, he would destroy that fucking league. They would have no idea how to stop him. Well, depending on his teammates. I think the XFL is fine. I don't think it's like a bad league or anything. I don't think it's like a terrible league. I think the problem with the XFL is it's just, you know, not the greatest football. And that's not for me. But it's entertaining. Not necessarily, Jeremy. I think the whole contract comes because it's not May 1st, and I don't think they're going to designate it for June 1st or May 1st to make it so they take some of the burden. You're taking the whole thing. I'm fairly certain that's going to be your burden. That's part of the thing we did with the Jet, like with the Rams. We flipped contracts. Won't swear to that, Jeremy. I could be personally wrong. I don't like to like hard line on contract stuff because I'm a little confused on it sometimes. Oh, what jersey did you get? Always cool. It's cool that they're actually getting merch out too. That's awesome. It's a good sign. Again, I want the XFL to succeed and get better, but it's just going to take a while. You know. And then it's like something needs to happen where it could become a developmental league for the NFL. Like that has to happen almost. And if that can happen, then it's like a great league because like the guys who might not be able to play just go play there and get called up. and it's just this constant, like, they just stay in that league because they're comfortable staying there because it's ran by the NFL. They're basically affiliated. I think that's what the NFL needs to. Can literally run this time of year too, by the way, where they play games and they practice during the season so they can get better, improve, look a little better, get called up possibly during the season, and they're already in playing shape. They're practicing. They're kind of in mind. What's up, J Cam? Is in agreement with the NFL right now. They're working to become a developmental league, and they're a place the NFL can use. Yeah, I know they have a very good relationship with the NFL, which is great. I'm very happy that that's how it's gonna develop into. But they just have to prove they can do it for like 2 years on their own. And that Battlehawks game selling out and the Defenders games doing very well and selling out too is crucial for that league to survive. Absolutely crucial. Oh, the USFL? We'll see. That sucked. I don't think the NFL wants anything to do with that dog shit. Maybe they'll merge the two and then buy them both and kind of just make a minor league system. Yeah, the XFL got so fucked, dude. That might have been one of the most unfair things I think I've ever seen. Because that whole thing was headed for greatness, in my opinion. That XFL, it was a great first run. Matt Patricia, nah, dude, they wouldn't hire that guy. The guy's the worst. He hasn't gotten hired by anybody yet. I think the Eagles want to hire him as like their linebackers coach or like a defensive line coach, but the problem is they still have Darius Slay, and they can't hire him with Darius Slay still on the roster, because if they can't find a person to trade Slay to, then they got to keep him, and they don't want to do that with fucking Matt Patricia. I think you guys are just considered the champions anyway. Anyone serious would do that. Be kind of weird to try to argue otherwise. Be like, well, I mean, they were undefeated and nobody could beat them, but they weren't that good. Really? Their quarterback is literally now an NFL player. Yeah, so? Yeah, I think J Cam, the thing is I think it's slowly on its way to being the developmental league for the NFL, which is something the NFL kind of needs. Unlike something that's like attached to the hip of the NFL. That's very key. Dun-dun-dun-dun. Sorry, I'm just looking at something real quick. Anyway. What if it was like a TJ Watt or something like that was on? I mean, that'd be pretty crazy if that guy went unnoticed. It'd be a great story. Yeah, that's what the SEC is for. It's the NFL Developmental League. QB, our wide receiver, 2 of our tight ends. Yeah. There will be players who make the NFL after this year of the XFL. McCarron will probably wind up back in the NFL if he wants to go. Kind of, he's clearly an NFL quarterback. He's just the backup. I don't follow NFL Europa though either. It's like the yeah. Yep, exactly. The NFL teams could use yeah, exactly. They're basically like minor league scouting teams. They basically just practice all season long, and then when it becomes springtime, they get to play their own season. I do hope they keep their own season though. Yeah, they're basically a farm team, and they're not actually playing at the same time. So that way, they're just kind of working out and like doing drills and practicing, staying sharp. Basically, maybe even working with practice squad, playing against the practice squad, scrimmaging them from various teams and stuff like that to keep everybody sharp, alert, ready to go, in case they have to get called up. And then, hey, if they don't, oh well, then they have the season to play in the following year. I think that's how that has to work. I'd watch it if it was minor league football. Not even gonna lie, I'd watch every single fucking game. I mean, yeah, late 20s, 30s. Yeah, so they're trying for a second chance. Nothing wrong with that. Some people don't let their dreams die. Yeah, I mean, they only get like 50,000 a year, but I think to be fair, I'm pretty sure all the people who play in the XFL get like 50 grand, right, Trey? Depending on who you are, you might get a little more, and then but I think it's like 50, 60 grand minimum for 10 games. They'll pay for like a semester or two of college. They might even pay for your whole tuition if you decide to go. It's actually not a bad what they offer is not actually like that bad. It's not great, but compared to what other pros make, but like compared to what everybody else would make for 11 to 12 for basically 3 months worth of work. Have a good night, Malia. Thanks for stopping in. It was fun talk. Fun talk. Hopefully I'll see you next time. Well, you didn't have to delete that. I don't disagree. I don't watch minor league football. I don't even watch college football because it's not that good. I get like pretty easily turned off of like bad football and stuff like that. Let's go check on Twitter and see if there's any updates, any crazy things happened. The NFL draft also included the XFL and USFL as well. Yeah, I think it's a little too for the contracts because they're playing in the season at that point. And I think the only people who are eligible for the draft are people from I just seen a weird video. Sorry about that. That's why I don't open this fucking site. Let's see. Nope, nothing new. What if the Jets signed Donald Driver? Greg Jennings, they brought in Jordy Nelson. Yep, have a good one, Jeremy. Thanks for stopping in, my friend. Things could be reaching a natural end. We'll see though. Keep it going for a little while longer. Let me check how the stream's even doing. I have no idea. Channel dashboard. 74. That's not bad. Not bad. 18 likes. That's really good. I appreciate that. Very kind. Very kind. Stream did good. Been a good one. Let's see. Are we missing anything big? I feel like we've even covered all the like major trade rumors that are going on. That we know of anyway. Yeah, Charles Omi. Yeah, I thought we mentioned that Ominehu. Yeah, it's a really good signing. He got 2 year, 20 milli. Really good deal. Chiefs. Somebody commented in here that the rich get richer on that one, and I was like, yeah, that's about right. So that's a good depth pick if he's not an immediate starter alongside Chris Jones. But I think they just lost Frank Clark, so they got to kind of rebuff that line a little bit. That would make sense. The Titans fixed their lineup. They got Andre Dillard. I don't really like the other people. Andrew Weingard just re-signed with the Jags. That's good. Oh, the Colts had a good signing. They picked up Samson Ebukam from the 49ers, so I thought that was a pretty good under-the-radar type signing for a team. Well, if I had my choice, it'd be Lamar. If I was running the Commanders, I'd try to get Lamar Jackson. But otherwise, I don't know what they're going to do. They may have to try to trade up the draft and get somebody, because the fuck do they got right now? Who they got? Holy crap. They lost Heineke. I think they got rid of Wentz. There's Carson still on the roster. Sam Howell. I guess Sam Howell's probably the guy you go with. See what he can do. I think that's their plan. Anyways, big wide receiver. Yeah, same here with the Patriots. We need to get some fucking. Well, yeah. I don't want to draft a receiver. I just want to go sign a receiver. Much easier than my team trying to draft or do something stupid like that. Because, the Patriots are just about as good as the Ravens at picking up receivers in a draft, so. Jimmy Ward going to the Texans is surprising. He must be like from Texas or something. Let me see something. From Northern Illinois is where he went to college. I'm surprised that's where he went. Because I see. Oh, yeah. Have a good one, Alex. Thanks for stopping in, man. It's always nice to talk to you. Take it easy. The Bills, the Dolphins got right. Oh, that's pretty well talked about at this point. It's not really a surprise to anybody, is it? It's pretty crazy that oh shit, what the fuck? That all it cost the Dolphins to get Jalen Ramsey was a 3rd-round draft pick. I'm always shocked when I see stuff like that. I'm like, that's all it cost? He went to the Texans. Oh yeah, that actually does make good sense. He followed his coach. Fair enough. Yeah, that makes sense. Makes sense for me trying to figure out some reason why he'd go. Yeah, no, I know that. Surprised he also didn't go to the Jets. Mainly because doesn't seem like that contract. Well, I don't know exactly what his contract was. What the hell was that again? There we go. No, they don't have the terms. If I knew the terms of the contract, that'd be a lot easier, because then it's like, oh, is it just expensive for him? So they couldn't compete. Houston's got a lot of money they can spend, so it ain't shit to them. Kind of like the Bears dropping like fucking $14 million on Edmonds, and no one else has gotten like anywhere near that as linebackers. That's how you kind of maybe overpaid for somebody, is when you go look at the rest of the market and everybody who's like Edwards, I think got like $7 million. And it's like, well, arguably Edwards, the same player the Bears signed, is a little better than Edmonds. I know Edmonds, you're kind of paying for the fact that he's 24 and already had his rookie deal, so. That kind of just sucks. How did that happen? How did he get out of that contract so quick? Bears overpaid. Oh yeah, they did, but they had no. It was kind of like the Jaguars last year. They had no choice but to kind of overpay, or else nobody was going to show up there. But it's like, yeah, they always do. I mean, that's what typically happens, unless both of them turn into freaks of nature. But I don't know. Yeah, 14 million is so expensive for a linebacker. Like, ooh. You see the rest of the market's only around 7-8 million. It has to be like the age attraction thing with him. People are just like, oh, well, I mean, he's only going to get better and better and better and better. He's like an inflating balloon. Looks like the stream's just kind of dying out here. Is this the natural ending point? That's fine. We're down to 4 people chilling still. We've talked about a lot of shit. That was a very dense hour and 40 minutes, I would have to argue. My voice is pretty chopped up right now, it feels like. So I think I'm going to wrap it up now, if that's okay with everybody. If you have something quick else you want to get out there, I could talk about it. Yep, Waller was traded for a 3rd round pick. If you missed anything, the streams has good replay value to it. You could go back and listen, and it's all the stuff that, you know, we talked about a lot of moves, went through a lot of this list already, went through a lot of the players a few of the players still remaining. So, yeah, you too, Dragons. Thanks for stopping in, man. I'm not sure if I'm going to be streaming tomorrow just because I'm very busy on Wednesdays again with class starting back up. Spring break's over. So there's no Tigers game tomorrow afternoon. And there's also a good chance I made. It just depends. If a lot happens in the NFL, I'll go live. But if not, then I'm just going to chill and then go live again Thursday. So I just got classes on Wednesday, so it's a little. I'll do a post on the community tab and everything like that. Well, it was a fun night, everybody. I appreciate it. I'm gonna get out of here though. I'm not really tired. It's just my voice is starting to crack, and I think the stream's just kind of reached a natural stopping point. You know, sometimes you can just kind of feel it out. Plus, my voice is fucking really tired. All right, though. Have a good one, everybody. As always, it's go Lions, go Tigers, and of course, it's always go Patriots. We'll keep you posted on stuff like this. I wanted to make more videos, but I was gonna save those for like the big news stories, like if Hopkins gets traded, where Odell goes, where Rodgers goes. Some of the stuff just a lot of the signings and stuff. I mean, I missed out on the Darren Waller because I was live for it, but you know what I mean? I'm kind of saving it for like bigger, there's like 4 or 5 really big ones, I think, this offseason, and I'm kind of saving it for that. But alrighty. Alrighty. All right, everyone. Have a good rest of your night. I'll see you when I see you next. Stay safe out there. Stay warm. Remember, go Lions, go Tigers, go Patriots. And peace out. Thanks for watching. Enjoy the rest of your nights.